The newest project we have is this, not sure what year, Scamper, slide-in truck camper. Now, the first thing I've got to do though is fix the roof. So our first step to rebuilding this Scamper and restoring it is going to be fixing the roof. Now, I've got this wood rot there that we've got to take care of. And to do this, I'm just going to take the roof completely off and I'm going to show you the process. What I need to do first is get all this vinyl down. Once the vinyl's down, then probably disconnect the electric, drop the roof down, take off the skylight, and then get the panels done. So to take this vinyl off, there's all these screws up under here that need to be removed. So I just got to take the several hundred around this and drop this vinyl down. All the screws are taken out from the vinyl. Now I'm just going to go around and kind of pull it down. Oh, is there one? Next thing I need to do is I need to obviously take the roof off, and it's attached with these brackets here. You've got these brackets up front, these brackets in the rear. I think there's a couple ways you could do this. You could take out these screws, there's 4 of them, and then try to lift it off. But I believe what I'm going to try and do is just take them off here and leave all this connected. So what I'm going to do is remove the 6 screws here, 3 bolts in the 1 screw here, 3 bolts there, and the 6 screws over here. And before I actually attempt to pull the roof off, I'm gonna remove this, because when I get it off, I'm gonna want to lay it on the top, and I want to crack that all up. What's crazy to me is they did not use the self-leveling lap sealant on it. I'm assuming that's probably why it leaked. Roof is off. It's like a 2-person job. You could tell it was a little heavy for 1 person, but we've got it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all the lights, the curtains that are here, and then try to peel up these panels and see what wood I need to replace. Try and see if I can get these panels off. Let's start with this molding. only real rotted wood other than ceiling panels that I'm going to replace is the wood that goes around where the vent fan is. This used like maybe 2 1/2-inch pieces of plywood. I'm going to use a 2x2 and then rip it down to make it fit this size. Now I got them cut to size. I'm gonna rip them down to 1 inch, so it's a 1x2. Again, they used 1/2-inch plywood, 2 pieces of it. I'm just gonna use a 2x2 and rip it down.
What are you doing?
I've got this stood up so I can put these new wood braces that I cut in. And so what I will do is I will use some Fuse It. Here I'm putting the screws in to hold the wood while the Fuse It dries. Once it's dry, I'll remove the screws and then put the skylight back on. Right now I'm placing 5mm Luan panels that I purchased from Lowe's. I did not video it, but I made these by painting them an ultra white and spraying a little bit of texture paint on them. If you'd like to see how I actually made these, I have another video of a pop-up camper roof repair, and in that video I show you how I make these panels. There'll be a link in the description below of that other roof repair video. What I'm doing here is I'm laying them out so I can figure out where I'm going to put the new lighting, and then I'll take them off, go and cut out the holes for the new lighting, and then bring them back and lay them in there. Right here I'm lifting the roof up so I can trace out where the roof vent hole will be in the panel. Now I need to run some new wires. One, I'm going to have an electric fan for here, so I need to run a wire for the electric fan, and then I'm wiring in the new pot lights, so I need to run a couple new wires for that. Roof's all wired here. I wired it so I can put the pot lights in. I also wired so I could put an electric fan in, and then I wired for some more lights up front. Now, I did hook a battery there up, and I tested each of the wires to make sure power was going to them. And now I am all set to put the panels back on. As I said, wiring's all done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install these panels. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm putting the wires through, and then I'm going to go around with liquid nails, put some liquid nail underneath. When that's all done, I'm going to take some narrow crown staples and staple it into the wood frame. sunny and 70 one day to 40 and cloudy the next. Anyway, I'm gonna measure these out, cut them. I got all these little pieces of molding cut. Now I'm just gonna install them by using a little bit of liquid nails and some narrow crown staples. I've got the roof now where I can put it back up. I'll end up wiring the lights on when it's up there. Now the hard part is actually getting it back up. I don't know how to. Oh, fuck. I have to be careful because oh shit! I don't know what that was. How'd you get it off? Shimmied it off.
Oh, I see. The roof needs to come this way. Yeah.
Finally have the roof on. Just a few more steps to get it completely dried in, and I'm going to be adding this electric fan. So what I'm going to be doing right now is just putting down the butyl tape. Roof vent is on. Now I'm going to put on the lap sealant. I believe this is why it had water damage before, because there was no lap sealant put on. And if you inspect yours and there's not any there, I highly recommend you put some on. All right, so getting back to working on this roof for this Scamper pop-up camper, pop-up slide-in truck camper. I'm going to be installing lights today. I'm putting these pot lights in, and pretty simple, just wiring them up and tucking them in there. So I'm probably not going to show that whole process. I may show you me putting one in, and then show you when it's all done. Yeah, so these are pretty simple. Just got to strip the wires. Oh, hopefully that still works. Probably cut these a little shorter. I'm using these pot lights. I will put them on a dimmer switch. All right, now I will test it also before I tape it up and tuck it in. And once I test them, I'll tape them to make sure they hopefully don't come undone. And once they're taped, I'll just tuck them up here. There. I'm going to do that for the rest of the lights. I'm just going to finish wiring up this roof. Not going to bore you with the videoing of it because it's pretty much all that same thing, just hooking wires up and tucking it in. So here I've got all the lights in, and now the only thing left I have to do is put these walls back up. So right now I'm just gonna screw the walls up and then the roof will be completed. So I did put 2 reading lamps, one on each side. I put this dimmable light here. The old one was just a manual skylight, and put in a powered skylight. And then on this side did these lights, which will be on a dimmer switch. I still have to finish the wiring right now. It's just put in there, but that is the completed roof. So the roof's completed. It came out really nice. It's nice to have an electric fan in here now, and some reading lights and dimmable lights. But hit that subscribe button, notification button. I will do a before and after once this slide-in truck camper is all finished. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate it.